day uno here in Maryland. Just got here like half an hour ago. I'm just scrambling to get all of our stuff we got down here. A little bit late, but that's no big deal. We're gonna shoot the bow real quick, go out and get in the stand. The stand that I'm headed to tonight, there's been a really, really good buck in there. We're not sure if he's an 8-point or a 10-point. We haven't gotten like a super good up close picture of him, but it's just over in alfalfa field, and he was in there last night at 6:30 with a bachelor group of bucks. All of them are in velvet, so just perfect. So I'm gonna shoot the bow and go get a tree. Wait for this all year. It's time to do it.
Shot a monster. Ralph's got
Oh, he's taking on me. We won't film that part, Ralph.
It is Friday, September 6th, opening day here in Maryland. It's hot, just like it was last year. It's hot, but it's not going to be as bad as it was last year. The humidity is way down. But anyway, tonight I'm sitting over this little hidden alfalfa field back here, and it's not a very big field. I think across the field looks only to be like 50, 60 yards. Yeah, straight out in front of me, like to the other end of the field, is only 45 yards. So if anything comes out, it's going to be within range eventually. I feel pretty confident with my bow out to like 45. So really, anywhere in this field I can shoot. But the only bad thing about this setup is the way this stand lays on this tree. I can't flip this railing up. So that's going to be an iffy situation. I'm going to have to try to get stood up and on the deer, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I don't know. I'm fired up. First hunt of the year. And couldn't be more grateful for it. So I'm gonna shut up, and hopefully one of those big guys will show up tonight. That fawn caught me off guard so bad. I just looked over and there's a deer standing right there. I started shaking, like, wow. That was sick. That fawn came in, followed my ground scent right over to the base of the tree. And I was messing with the camera. I didn't even have my camera remote plugged in. So the footage was probably kind of garbage, but came right to the base of the tree, smelled my ground scent, acted interested, and then got bored and turned around and went back in the woods. Little buck fawn. That was cool. This is one of those rare spots that you sit in and you go, man, if I'm gonna kill a big buck, it's gonna be here. There's only a certain number of spots that I've ever been in where it's felt like that, and this is one of them. I mean, it helps having the cell cam here, keeping an eye on this plot, because now I know that this buck or this bachelor group of bucks has been in here every night, every other night. And the cell cam is right here, basically below the tree. So they're within 20 yards of the tree every time they come in here. It's a little bit far back, but the up and down's perfect. My freaking main camera died. I was filming these other little bucks that came out up here. They're both like little 6 points, both in full velvet. And then a fawn came out with them. And I was filming them, and all of a sudden this camera went from like 30%, and then it just flatlined, just completely died. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They're feeding out here in the alfalfa. I look over. There's freaking, I don't know, he's probably 115, 117 inch 8 point. I don't care. That's so freaking cool. Full velvet. And I'm like, oh my God. So I shoved this camera out of the way. I reach up, turn on my secondary, which I had my secondary down here. And I thought, you know what? If a deer comes in on this side, I'm screwed because my bow's gonna hit the freaking camera. So I moved it up there, like right before those ones came out. And this buck, by the time I saw him, he was already out in the open. He's probably like, I don't know, 20 yards, 23 yards. He was just inside my 25-yard marker. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even have my bow off the hook yet. So I just reached up, flicked the camera on. I hope my mic's on. I didn't even stop to check to see if it's running. But I flicked it on, and in one motion, I just grabbed my bow, spun, drew back, shot. The shot was perfect up and down. It was just middle of the body, which is the last freaking thing I want to do. But I mean, it's a part of bow hunting, so I'm not gonna get too bummed. I knew what I was signing up for when I came out here. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if my bow hit I don't think my bow hit this bottom of the stand here. I don't know if I had the bow tweaked or what. I mean, it was a quick shot, but I had that pin centered right in the pocket when I shot. And I think a mix of him just being closer than I thought he was, and I had to have been torquing my bow. That's the only thing I can think of. Because, I mean, that shot was just, off the mark. And, I mean, I'm not saying that I didn't make a mistake. I made a mistake. That was on me. I don't think it's the bow's fault. I think I'm the one that tweaked it, but got a couple people to call here. Let them know that we potentially have a full velvet buck down on opener. Just so sick. Okay. I'm gonna run down real quick. I'm gonna leave everything up in the tree, including my bow, because we're almost out of shooting light. I'm gonna run down, grab my arrow, and just see what it looks like. I got a full pass through, I'm pretty sure. So, I'll be back. Just got back with the arrow, and I didn't even touch farther back than I thought I did. I don't know if this is going to be able to show up on the camera or not, but I mean, that's gut blood. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of darker liver blood up here on the fletchings. The only thing I can think of is he was quartered to a little bit, which he could have been, but when I shot, I held it right on his front leg pretty much. Man. Just can't help but feel bad right now. It's just it's such a bittersweet thing. Put all this time and effort into something, and it finally works, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Man. I'm sorry, bud. Alright, we are back at the cottage. So, little recap what happened. Buck comes in, I shoot, I think it's okay, it's a smidge back. Go down, get my arrow, and this is what it looks like. Buried into the dirt, probably, almost 6 inches. But, you can see that green on there. I mean, just pretty much straight guts. There's a little bit of liver blood back here on the fletchings, like a teeny tiny bit. So I hit that deer more dead middle than I thought I did. So instead of waiting for Ralph to come pick me up right from the stand, I grabbed my arrow, slipped out of there as quiet as I could, because after I shot, the deer didn't act like it knew what was going on. It almost acted like it didn't even know it was hit. And that's the big thing shooting these heavy arrow setups, is I've found that deer just act like they haven't been hit. So I'm hoping that he's just going to go into the wood line, go another 40, 50 yards, lay down, and then by us not pushing after him tonight, he's just going to be expired there in the morning. I've watched the footage over and over and over again trying to analyze something, but without having the shot, you just can't. So it's as simple as that. The diaphragm, there's no diaphragm pop in the video, as you heard. It's just solid meat sound. The buck's dead. we have a velvet buck dead. It's just a matter of finding him, which I think we will. The wood patches down here are not very big, so can't help but feel a little bit bad. Probably not going to get a ton of sleep tonight, but this is the true side of hunting. This happens. If you bow hunt long enough, it's going to happen to you. It doesn't matter what. So practiced all year, shot 15 minutes before we left the house, and 2 hours later sent an arrow straight through the freaking guts of a buck. So nothing you can really do about it now, but hope that he's already gone. So I'm going to start editing this video a little bit, and then I'm going to go when I go to bed, and we're going to go see if we can find him tomorrow. See you in the morning.
Got our hair a little bit wet in the sink. Not gonna take a shower this morning because I got a feeling that it's gonna be no use taking a shower. It is the next morning. Got 0 sleep last night. Was up all night worrying about this, but it's finally starting to get daylight. It's about 6:30. It's finally time to go get this thing. That's all I gotta say. I just woke up. Let's go get him.
I made it out to the farm. Carol and Ralph are currently showing Dad their new gas pump for the side-by-side. I mean, take a look at this. This guy, this is genuine. Dad's in his natural habitat right now. He's excited. But no, so hit the buck far back. Ralph just came to talk to us. He said what we're going to follow them in on the side-by-side, and we're just going to kind of loop on both sides of this brush lot and ease in. Me and Dad both have our bows, just in case for some reason this deer isn't gone. But he should be. It's been 12 hours with liver and gut, so he's dead. But yeah, you know you're in Maryland when you look over and you've got the old Bronco with the non-typical license plate. I have my lovely mother behind the camera today. She is camera womaning it up, and I'm starting to get a cold, so I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna find this thing.
Tell them the story. Get whatever shots you want, brother.
We got into this thick stuff, and this isn't the picture perfect all super footage walking up on him, but we got into this super thick creek bottom walking, and there's just nothing. There's no blood or anything. I get down here, I get spun around. I actually walked like 30 yards underneath this deer, and I'm walking through. All of a sudden I get a call from Dad, and he's like, "Hey, we got your buck." Him and Ralph came up, found him on the edge of the field, and it's just, he's perfect. I couldn't ask for anything better. Just a beautiful 8-point, full velvet. Just could not ask for anything freaking better than that. He's starting to peel here at the end. It's just the coolest freaking thing. Bucket list hunt. I've always wanted to kill a buck in velvet. And we did it. Opener. That's just so freaking cool.
Never lose the knife when there's a deer to gut.